So I want to take you through reassembling the head on our Fuzionate machine. It's a little different than our normal heads, obviously, because we're incorporating the mixture of the 8 flavors to the vanilla. As you can see, we've disassembled the machine here, and we have all our parts laid out for reassembly. The first thing you want to do is take your dasher assembly, your beater assembly, and we want to lubricate the shaft itself for our shaft seal. Okay? I like to put a little lubrication right on the edge of our shaft and also on the black O-ring in the shaft seal. Slide it down so it's properly lubricated. I want to insert my breaker bar in the middle of my beater assembly and then put my blades flat side toward the cylinder wall into my machine. The nice part is you can see on our blades we have a round hole and more of an oblong oval hole. Okay? Our machine is going to scrape one way. Right now it's going to use this side of the blade to scrape. Next time I'm cleaning, if I want to put my oval hole into the back, now it's going to use the other side of the blades so I can maximize the life of my scraper blades. So we want to take our beater assembly. You could put our back blade at 6 o'clock to help level the beater assembly as we're pushing it into the cylinder. Slide and turn until we feel it lock in. And you'll see our breaker bar go into a position where the wings here are to the left and right. And that's where we want it for when we put our head assembly in. So our main head assembly, we have our plunger with our jaws for our handles going to face the back of our head. Okay. We want to put lubricant on both O-rings here at the top and bottom, and make sure we work it into the O-ring. Good rule of thumb is you want to put kind of a pinky fill of lubricant on each O-ring. Slide it up and down there. We can then assemble our handle, okay, with the long side facing up into the back jaw of the plunger and push down. Put our pin in to hold our handle in place. Now we can assemble our head once we put a little bit of lubricant on the head O-ring. I like to put it at a couple different points here, just a dab, and then work it around. This is only going to seal once, so you don't have to put a large amount of lubricant on there, but you do want to put it on. Okay, and as you can see in our head, our wing placement to the left and right matches up with our breaker bar. So I can assemble the head on. You'll see about a 1/2 inch of exposure here for our knobs. So we want to screw these on evenly so our head doesn't go on kinked. And we want to hand tighten these. You don't need a tool. Just hand tight. Okay. Place our rod here in the back. It's easier to work from the back to the front here. We have 2 holes, push up, and it'll pop right into the top of our plunger. Now we have our spinner rod. This goes in from the bottom. We want to put a little bit of lubricant on this. On the shaft itself to help it slide up and down. And this will feed in through the bottom. You can open this up here in the top to accept, and then get a little bit of lubricant on your hands. You might need a paper towel to work this down. And there you go, that's locked in. Okay. And we have our flavor head here. As you can see, it has a wide opening for the nuts here. We're going to place it in. You'll notice that there's a large orifice here. That's for your rinse. That's always going to be to the right. The rinse to the right. You can basically get that in, lock it into place. Last but not least is your air relief valve. It's very important. If you forget this, when you go to start it up with sanitizer, you're going to get a bath. So we want to put this in, a little bit of lubricant on the O-rings, and drop it into our head. Now we want to reassemble our syrup lines. Very important, on each syrup line, when you reassemble it, you're going to hear a click. That click makes sure that the connection is made and there's going to be no leaking, and it's going to open the orifice to allow the syrup to bypass. If you don't hear that click, it's not on correct. So at this point, you could reassemble all your syrup lines into the flavor head. Last but not least, put your star cap on, and you're ready to sanitize and start serving product. If you found this video helpful, please give us a thumbs up or subscribe to our channel for future videos and tips sent right to your inbox.